All right, let's get right into it. Anthropic's Claude just got a brand new superpower, and honestly, it could completely change how you get work done. I mean, imagine this. You have an idea, and poof, it's a finished, usable file instantly. So, how does this all work? Let's break it down. Okay, you know that feeling, right? That feeling when you're just drowning in tedious digital chores. You've got the data, you have a great idea, but you're just stuck. You're stuck in the weeds, cleaning up spreadsheets, messing with formatting and reports, building slide decks one by one. Ugh, it's that kind of repetitive work that just absolutely kills your creativity and slows everything down. So, what if you could just ask for what you want? Like, literally just say, hey, create a project tracker for me. Or take this report and turn it into a presentation. Or even analyze all this data and give me the highlights. What if you could just skip all that manual stuff and get a file that's ready to go? Well, guess what? That future isn't some far off dream. It's here now. And this is the big news, the real game changer. Claude is no longer just a chatbot that gives you text. It can now create and edit actual files for you right inside the conversation. This is a huge leap, you guys. We're moving from just getting advice to getting actual, tangible work done for us. And we're not just talking about some obscure file type here. Nope, Claude can handle the real heavy hitters. We're talking Excel spreadsheets, your standard documents, PowerPoint decks, and even PDFs. I mean, that covers a massive range of the stuff we all do every day for work or personal projects. So, okay, what does this actually look like when you're using it? Because this is way more than just spitting out a generic file. It's really about having a true AI collaborator on some pretty complex stuff. Let's dig into a few really powerful examples of what you can do. First off, let's talk data analysis. You can literally just upload a messy, raw data file. Then you can ask Claude to clean it up, run a full statistical analysis on it, create charts and graphs to visualize it, and even write up a summary explaining what it all means. Think about that. It's the entire workflow, from a jumble of numbers to actual usable insight. All right, next, spreadsheets. And I'm not talking about simple little tables. You can ask for seriously complex stuff, like financial models that include scenario analysis or project trackers with dashboards that update automatically. And Claude builds the whole thing, formulas and all, even working across multiple sheets. It's pretty incredible. Now this is where things get really wild and the time saving just goes through the roof. Just think about it for a second. You can take a super dense, long PDF report and bam, get an instant PowerPoint deck with all the key points. Or take your messy, jumbled meeting notes and turn them into a perfectly formatted, professional document. It's all about getting rid of that horrible grunt work of just moving information from one place to another. And this quote from Anthropic it hits the nail on the head. It says, file creation turns projects that normally require programming expertise, statistical knowledge, and hours of effort into minutes of conversation. Wow. I mean, just let that sink in. Things that used to take hours and very specific skills, now they can be done in minutes, just by chatting. That is a massive, massive shift. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how on earth is this even possible? It sounds a little bit like magic, right? But there's actually a pretty clear concept behind it all. So let's pull back the curtain and take a peek at the engine that's making all of this happen. So what Anthropic has done is they've given Claude something they call Claude's computer. And what that really is, it's a secure, private little environment where Claude can actually write code and run programs. And that is the key. That ability to run programs is what lets it build these complex files and do all this analysis for you. I think this is the absolute best way to understand the change. Before, Claude was basically an advisor. It could tell you how to build an Excel formula, but you had to go do it. Now it's a collaborator. You give it the strategy, you tell it what you want, and Claude handles the technical stuff. It actually builds the file for you. All right, so you're probably thinking, okay, I want to try this out. So how do you actually get started? Let's walk through the process, and I'm also going to share a really important note about staying safe when you use this feature. It's actually a really simple 4-step process. First thing you got to do is hop into your settings and enable the feature. It's called Upgraded File Creation and Analysis. Then you just upload whatever files you're working with, or you can just describe what you want from scratch. As you go, you can chat with it, guide it if it needs a little help, and then finally, you just download your finished files or save them directly to your Google Drive. Easy as that. Okay, now this next part is super, super important.
To do all this cool stuff, this feature actually gives Claude access to the internet. And Anthropic is being really upfront about this. It could put your data at risk. So you have to be really mindful of what you're uploading, and you've got to keep a close eye on your chats. Just please be careful with any sensitive information.
So, who gets to play with this new toy right now? Well, it's currently in preview, so if you're on the Max, Team, or Enterprise plans, you should have access. And for all you Pro plan users out there, don't worry, their sane access is coming for you in the next few weeks. You know, this quote really gets at the bigger picture here. It says, as these capabilities expand, the gap between idea and execution will keep shrinking. And that's exactly right. This feature isn't just a one-off thing. It's the beginning of a much bigger trend. That gap between having an idea and actually making it happen, it's getting smaller and smaller. And that really leaves us with a fascinating question to chew on, doesn't it? As these incredible tools start to just erase all the technical hurdles, the only thing left limiting us is our own imagination. The gap is shrinking. So, what will you create?